Yeah. Let's hope that does not lag. All right, let's see. There we go. Beautiful. Let's go. Welcome everyone. Let's see who jumps in today. Let's see who jumps on in today. We're gonna have some fun. Diving into self-growth, advancing your relationships, growing spiritually. We're gonna dive into answering some of your guys' questions. I've helped over 100 men and women in my coaching practice transform their lives, so we're here to help you guys out too. You guys can feel free to throw any questions down below, what you're struggling with, you're trying to advance with, and we're gonna help you guys out. YouTube, TikTok, we just started the live. Welcome in everybody. We just started 30 seconds ago, actually. So whoever wants to ask the first question, hey, dude, help me out. For sure. Throw a question down below. Brink on YouTube. What's going on? We got YouTube over there, TikTok over here. Defi Sasion. What question you have? What are you struggling with? I'll help you out. And YouTube, feel free to ask some questions too. Whatever you guys are struggling with, you want to advance with in your life, any questions at all, throw them down below. We'll see who pops on in today. We'll have some fun. We shall have some fun. Lau, what's going on? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in YouTube. Welcome in TikTok. Got YouTube on this side, TikTok on this side. Compulsive Gooner. All right, let's dive into it. All right, let's see. Hold on. It's not letting me approve your question yet. Give me a second. There we go. All right. When you feel like you're compulsive in that, you haven't integrated or understood your sexuality, right? So you feel a little bit stuck with it. Now, one thing you want to do is eliminate all the distractions. You see girls on Instagram, you find them attractive, get rid of, not necessarily just delete your social media apps, but block the accounts that you like the most, right? Block prawn on your browser, right? Take these out of your position. Also, use the sexuality, the sexual energy to propel yourself forward. There's actually a whole lecture, 2 lectures we did in my group coaching community. One was love versus lust and integrating lust. We all think it's a bad thing. And the other one was sexual transmutation. So feel free to shoot me a DM about that, and I'll shoot that lecture over to you. Rare Brad, boys get with every chick you can. I definitely don't agree with that, but what's going on, Hunter? Last time you had so many questions. Yeah, Brink, we had crazy amount of questions yesterday. Crazy amount of questions. Welcome in, everyone. Any questions are welcome. Feel free to throw them down below. We shall help you guys out. We'll help you transform. I've helped over 100 men and women in my coaching practice, so we're going to help you guys out too. Alejandro, what's going on? Welcome back in, brother. Welcome back in. Brad, you're welcome. What's going on? Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Everybody's here. Everybody's here. YouTube, TikTok, everyone's piling in. We just started the live. Everyone settle in. We'll have a good time, answer some questions, help you guys transform. Jeffrey on YouTube, what's going on? All right. You missed Sears. I never really went to it. What's my favorite Bible verses? I actually haven't read the Bible extensively, so something I'm working on. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hi. What advice would you give to people? Okay. The only thing we don't talk about here is politics. But advice to people who are scared that or going on. I mean, as long as you're not putting yourself in harm's way and you're not here illegally, hopefully you're okay. If you guys are protesting, I would highly recommend you don't do that. You're putting yourself in danger for no reason. That's the only conversation about politics we're having. Okay, next. Welcome in, everybody. How do I put myself in a position to meet girls? You can meet women anywhere at any time. The gym, the library, school, work, business, it doesn't matter. Every societal expectation you hear about, you can and can't go up to women here. All BS. Do not listen to it. You find a girl cute, go up to her, say, hey, I think you're cute. I was wondering if I could grab your number. That is all it takes. It's not that much more complicated than that. I mean, obviously, there's, knowing being intelligent and all the other things that come after that. But to put yourself in a position to meet girls, literally just go up to girls anywhere. We overcomplicate it all the time. We always overcomplicate it. Does your back hurt from sitting too long? It doesn't right now, but sometimes it does after I'm on here for 3 hours straight. How do I build a good school and gym schedule and stick to it? Well, you have to actually connect to it. So don't try and work for 8 hours straight. Do it in like 2 hour increments, then a 15-minute break and things of that nature. And depending on what, sometimes some people work out better at the gym. They stick to it more consistently when it's in the evening. For me personally, if I don't get to the gym in the morning, I'm not getting to it the rest of the day. So you might want to do it in the morning or evening. Experiment with it. Could you give me some advice? What's going on YouTube? Do I like video games? I used to, not anymore. Um, Let's see. Hi, could you give me some advice if I'm in a relationship and I like another guy? I'm only 15. Okay, well, if you're 15 and you like another guy, you're, still going through puberty, you're early in the exploring yourself and other people. So in that case, if you like another guy over your current partner, you probably shouldn't be with your current partner. But it is also like when you get older, there's a phenomenon where you may find yourself attracted to other people you're not in a relationship with and have a relationship partner. It doesn't mean you're in a bad relationship. It just depends on the intricacies here. um, let's see. What if I got an issue? Basically, 10 women tried to approach me and none of them are cute. Well, fine. Just when people are attractive, you talk to them and give them your attention. Hard for me to approach a girl at the grocery store at 1 p.m. You got to get out of your comfort zone. It's not going to be easy. It wasn't easy for me to go up to my girlfriend, but I did it anyway. All right, US 3D said, how do you stop living in fear of other people's opinions? Well, you realize from a purely logical understanding, people don't really care about you as much as you think they are. As much as you think people care about you, they don't. When you fall in the middle of a busy mall, and you fall on your face, people are going to talk about it for the next 2 minutes and then forget about it and move on with their life. Think about the amount of anxiety and stress that you experience on a daily basis. Everybody's experiencing that, sometimes 10 times more. So they're not focused on you. So when you think people are looking at you, maybe they do for a few seconds and they forget. So US, live your life for yourself and the people that you care about and build it in that way. Most people's opinions, so most people's opinions aren't even opinions. They haven't even thought about why they believe it. They just cast it out in the world. So that's a good place to start, US. But if you have any further questions on that, feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM about it. What's going on, Gabby? Let's see. Jade said, how do I get a man that will love me for me and see me? I'm tired of being seen as a freak. Okay, well, that's interesting word choice, Jade. What experiences have you had? I'm curious if like people make you feel misunderstood, people make you feel like you're a freak. Well, what is it that what have people labeled you as? Like what are the specific situations that have come up? It'll help me guide you in the right direction. Approaching women gets you arrested nowadays. That is very untrue. You're just watching too many videos on social media. Thoughts on silent meditation retreats? I have not done any, but it could be something cool to experiment with for sure. Should I go to bed? I need to. Well, then yeah, go to bed. I hate my job. It drains me mentally. How can I change this looking for jobs daily? Okay, well, it's good you're looking for jobs daily. Dedicate even more time to doing it, right? Every single ounce of if you genuinely hate your job that much, every ounce of your free time for the next week should be dedicated towards finding a new job. Every single ounce of it. So that's a good place to start. It's difficult mainly because of the people around. Last 4 girls I hooked up with were through Instagram, and 2 of them I met at a club. Yeah, well, the key word here is that you hooked up with them. You weren't fully in tune, and your souls didn't intertwine. Someone on YouTube said, I'm trying to convince Brad to give away cars. Alright, I don't know if that's going to happen. Not sure if that's going to happen. Can I ask you career questions? For sure, Jesse. What's going on? Blue said, I've never approached a woman in my life. Long story short, it's over. It is not over. You're just telling yourself that. That's a narrative you tell yourself. It's not true. You just believe it's true because you keep mentioning it. John said, hi, I'm here to support you. I admire your work. Hey, appreciate it very much. If you dedicate every single ounce of free time to find a new job, how do you get good at your job? Well, if you're looking for a new job, then you wouldn't try to excel in the current one that you're at. Brad, is it over if I burped on the first date? No, it's a normal human experience to go through to burp. Nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything crazy about that, to be honest. A girl is taller than me to like me. Taller women can like you if you're shorter. It's a little bit more uncommon, but it's possible. She said it was an ick and she left you. Well, you're not the one. Let it be. Welcome and yeah, Blue, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, I'd love to help you out and show you exactly why your dating life is not over and you can actually live a fulfilling life with somebody. But if you give up now and you just sit here and say, oh, I can't do it, I can't help you. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thoughts on passing gas on significant others as a ruin intimacy? I mean, it not fully. It depends on your relationship. But the person I personally like don't try to do that when I'm around my partner. But if you have to, you have to. But could also be a gastrointestinal issue you want to check out. I want a Catholic woman. All right, well, here's the thing, Alejandro. I want you to reflect on this a little bit and have an open mind when I say this. You want a Catholic woman, traditional values, it's not easy to find, yet you don't have traditional values. I'll tell you why, or at least you're not connected to them. Because you just mentioned to me before, the last few girls I hooked up with were from Instagram for the club. If you are that serious about finding a Catholic traditional woman with values, you need to stop hooking up with women. I know, sounds like either an impossible task or a stupid one. But that's the values that you want in somebody else. You have to first possess them within yourself. Because the nice Catholic woman with values isn't going to be at the club or hooking up with people. So you should put yourself in the same position as her. It's not to say don't go on dates and don't talk to women, but if she's not the one for you, she's not the one. Don't have a sexual experience with her. Go and move on to people you actually care about. That's what I made a commitment to myself for that. I followed through with it. I rejected a few girls when they wanted to interact with me. And guess what? Found the love of my life. Again, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing, but something to get connected to. Yo, I don't know why, but this dude got Riz. What's going on, Jay? What's going on, Kinry? Welcome back. Khan said I don't have it. You don't have what? Alright, welcome in, everybody. Feel free to throw some questions down below. I'll help you guys out. We shall help you guys out. Welcome in. Nice try, Mark, with the troll comment. Nice try. The YouTube has so many more troll comments than TikTok does, which is interesting. Thought YouTube was more of an intellectual platform. You guys are showing me that it's not. Welcome in, everybody. Feel free to throw some questions down below. Hey, appreciate it, Will. Yeah, me and Brad, both of us. You're in a situationship. What do you do? Well, why are you in a situationship and not a fulfilling why are you not in a relationship together? Did they not want to commit to you? What's the situation? Because situationships usually end badly. A lot of the time they do. So you want to get more connected to this stuff. You want to get more connected. They're your friend and you're in a situationship. You guys aren't friends if you're in a situationship. Friends do not sexually interact with each other. Alejandro said, so what do I do? Not have blank for years until I find the right one? Why does it have to take years to find the right one? That's just an expectation. That being said, it might take you years. I'm not here to tell you you're going to go on one date and it's going to work. But I am saying, yes, don't give your time, effort, and energy and your body to people that you don't want to be with. I am saying that. But to each their own. You make your own decisions. I'm just trying to guide you in the right direction. You have to see what I'm saying. If you don't connect to your values and you want a girl with values, disconnect. And if you're hooking up with girls left and right, she may not be attracted to you. And you're going to be like, oh my God, the one didn't want me. It's like, well, because you're not connected to your values, right? All right. How do I get into less situationships? Guys, I don't know why everyone keeps accepting situationships. You're either in a relationship when you early on dating and you talk about your values and your vision for a relationship and you guys commit to that, and if they don't want to do that, you leave. You don't do situationships. Don't do it. You talk about relationships at the beginning. Yeah, Alejandro, reflect on it a little bit more, right? I'm not trying to force you in a certain direction, but see where the value is in that and take what resonates with you. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. What Would you say, Brad, would you say overweight people have a chance at getting women? Yeah, there's a lot of overweight men that do. Are your chances very high? No, because, if you're very overweight, it shows that you're going to live a shorter life and you're not healthy, and most women want a healthy man to live with, right? So, but that being said, focus on losing weight. But it's not impossible. How to choose a career when you have skills. How to choose a career when you have multiple skills and have dreams for those skills? Well, find a career path or a job or a business that you can integrate almost all of them into, which you could definitely find that. Like I integrated passion, soul calling, my knowledge, my skills, my passion, I think I already said that, with helping people. That's what I do with coaching, right? Blue said, what's funny? You can ascend looks-wise, but if you have no experience, you're left out. I don't know what you mean by you're left out. What would you consider a high-value man and a high-value woman? That's a good question. I would consider a high-value man who has the ability to control his sexuality and turn down women that aren't right for him, that is connected to his values. He has purpose and passion and is constantly building that in his life, and he respects himself. And then women who are exceptionally feminine, nurturing, and caring, and she doesn't sleep around either, has family values, hopefully has a good family herself. And those are a few good starting places, but there's a lot of things that go into it, of course. Being honest is one of the biggest ones. How do you get girls to like you? Someone said on YouTube. Well, you have to first like yourself. A lot of women's interpretation of you is a reflection of yourself oftentimes. All right, Bonnie said, and Alejandro, I don't know if you sent me a DM already, but I'd love to connect in the DMs. You've been on these lives pretty consistently, or a few times. How do you think it's best to find and meet a partner in this generation? Well, you have to connect to your own values and identify exactly what you truly want in somebody, become that person yourself, and then when you're on dates with men or women and they don't meet those and they don't have any values, you just get I met my girl in a coffee shop. There's no particular right place, but you're probably not going to find them at the club or at the bar. Not impossible, but go to the library. There's no specific places, but connect to yourself, and that's how you find somebody. But Bonnie, if you want to shoot me a follow, would love to see you back in here. Are you 18 years old giving life advice? No, Blue Steel, I'm actually 14. Get it right. Your best advice is to follow Jesus, right? Incorrect. How do I help my family members battling obesity? That's a good question. How do I help my family members battling obesity, on and off from stress and depression? Okay, well, yeah. Oftentimes, being very overweight is sometimes a symptom of that, that depression. And then they feel lazy, then they feel stuck, they feel unmotivated. So here's what your family members want to do, Amina. They have to address the actual depression and the stress and where it's coming from. You have to get to the root and start to interact with that, to integrate it and to understand it, right? Because if it's just I just want to lose, you're just trying to lose weight, but the reason you're overweight is because you're avoiding parts of yourself, it's going to constantly come back and you're never going to be able to do it. So everyone that you care about needs to commit to looking at the parts of themselves that are uncomfortable to look at so they can start to feel the emotions, to start to process everything, to make changes in their life. And then losing weight can be, of course, a part of that process. Let's see. It's a good question, though. Omina, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, would love to help you out. Blitz said, do you actually think you're cool? I think I'm decently cool. There's people that are cooler than me. Let's see. A said, when an avoidant blocks you and says it's because you talk disrespectful to her, how long till unblock? You're playing games here. It's not about unblocking. It's about probably not talking to each other again, because if you guys don't have enough values in place to actually communicate effectively, you're wasting each other's time. If they block you because they think you're disrespectful, that means they can't communicate with you or have a disagreement or confrontation. If you guys can't have that in a relationship, you can't have a relationship. You're not mature enough to do it. So don't play games of how long do I unblock her and talk to her? Unblock her, have a serious conversation. If the behavior doesn't change, you guys are done. Maddie said Jesus loves you. Appreciate it. Digestion said, accept my join, please. It's better to explain with my voice. Yeah, Digestion, we have a lot of people in here and a lot of questions, so we're not having people on the panel. Shoot me a follow and a DM. I'll get back to you in the DMs. Evan said, Brad saved my life. What's going on, Evan? Appreciate you. Kobe said, why did a group of people from my school walk together from me and we have gym together and then hang out? It fell off. Can you rephrase that question? Blue. So Blue is saying you're acting like a beta. Blue literally just commented you're acting like a beta. I don't know if you're talking to me or someone else, but brother, you were just in here saying you're hopeless for dating and you can't find someone to care about and stuff like that. Don't be labeling people's things. You got to look internal and work on these things. How to make yourself go to bed early. I want to sleep earlier, but I'm procrastinating. Well, you have to connect to the deep reason as to why you want to go to bed early. I'll feel more energized. I'll be able to wake up earlier and do things in the morning. Like, you have to actually reflect and write out all the deep meanings as to why you want to do this. If you're just like, I just want to go to bed earlier, it's not a deep enough reason for your brain to comprehend why you're doing it. So you have to create some deep purpose around it. Let's see. I met a girl at the club. She was 4 years older than me and had 3 relationships already. Red flag. It depends how old you guys are. If she's like 25 or 30 and she's had 3 relationships before, it's not a red flag. If you're at the club, you're at least over 18, so it's not necessarily a red flag, no. But if you're meeting a girl at the club, do you really want someone who parties all the time? Is that somebody with your nice Catholic woman value? I don't know, man. Brad was in his prime at 13 years old. I definitely wasn't. I was depressed. Brad plays drums. He's so cool. Yeah, Evan, you play drums too. Dorito, what's going on? You commented that the other day. It doesn't really make sense. Blue said no, not you. She's 31. Okay, she's 31. Against all odds, she is a patriotic, traditional woman. Wow, well, that's good. How long have you been dating her? When did you meet her? Clubs are a place of sinfulness, Ethan said on YouTube. I don't fully disagree. Traditional now after all the mistakes. Yeah, sometimes some people single at 31 for a reason. Hey, people go through difficult stuff sometimes. Casey said, why people date so fast? Are they okay up in the head? When you say date so fast, what do you mean? Brad, whose advice is better, mine or yours? Definitely yours. You just met in a club, been texting them, might take her on a date soon. Yeah, definitely go on a date. That could definitely be helpful. Okay, you're saying after the first period of class, they went to another corner, and I wonder why they gone to the other side. I don't know. Well, if this is a recurring thing, you can definitely investigate it further, but it might not be anything serious. What's going on, Applesauce? All right, Kirk said, 28 male, never dated, virgin. Am I cooked? Not even ugly. Many have told me. If you're not ugly, you just haven't dated yet. You're not cooked. Kirk, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM, I'd love to send you over a few lectures, like, completely for free that are exclusive to my group usually. That'll point you in the right direction for dating, understanding women, understanding your values, and getting out of your comfort zone in a slight basis, and truly help you out with this, Kirk. So feel free to dive into this stuff in the DMs, because you're not cooked. Question is, though, like, why haven't you dated? Are you more of an introvert? You feel insecure? Like, we want to dive into the reasons as to why this is occurring. Why they get into if people are getting into a relationship so fast, like if you meet someone and you get into a relationship 2 days later, usually some insecurity is going on. You don't gotta rush into love. It just, you fall into it. Naturally happens. It's at least how it's supposed to happen, I guess you could say. Unknown said, I keep denying the love I have for a specific person, even though I really like them. I know I'm in love. Why are you denying the love? That's the question. By the way, I used my Fitness Pal, went from 186 to 182, still going. Goals 150, third week so far. Let's go, Kobe. Let's go. That's dope. That's awesome. Will said, how do you realistically help guys get girls? Do you have a matchmaking pool or something? No, I help men develop their confidence so they actually go up to women in person and actually become the best versions of themselves, giving men the tools, the skills, and to develop themselves to get the women that they want. I've had a past with them before, and I can't really accept that feeling is back. What's the past you have with them? Unknown. What is the past that you have with this particular person? Tommy said, how do you get over someone, or do you never really get over someone? You do get over people for the most part. Sometimes it goes down to like a 1 to 2% capacity instead of like what the 98% that you care now. Someone on YouTube said, "Do you go up to women yourself?" I did until I went up to my girlfriend, who then became my someone who wasn't my girlfriend. Then she's now my girlfriend as a result of me going up to her. But yeah, getting over someone, it takes a lot of time, effort, and energy. Processing the heartbreak, feeling the experiences, feeling the emotions, changing your behavior and your mistakes, having better choice in partners, going on more dates. And the question is, Tommy, like, how long were you with this person? When did you break up? There's a lot of intricate stuff to this. Tate says, the more women you sleep with, the higher value you are. It means you're successful. From a purely biological standpoint, yeah, if you're able to sleep with a lot of girls, like, you're biologically, like, sound, but that doesn't bring you fulfillment. Most of, if not all of the guys I talk to in my coaching practice, and before I ran my coaching practice, and for myself, hooking up with a lot of people, it's an endless game. It's an endless gauntlet. You never feel fulfilled. That's why you have to keep doing it. It's like gambling. Bro, you can simply tell them to man up. That does not always work. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. What's going on, Kaysen? Thanks for the positive comments in here. Were you on American Idol? I was not. Tough love is the only way. Tough love does not work for most people. That's why most people are depressed. So what made you a life coach? Just curious. I was diagnosed with depression at 13. Dealt with it until I was 16, and a lot of self-growth stuff in my life was allowed me to transform out of that. Getting in the gym, reconnecting with nature, going on walks, running, cold showers, meditation, spirituality. Then I got obsessed with psychology, biology, spirituality, all this different stuff over the last 7 years of my life, and I've helped over 100 men and women in my coaching practice so far, so it's been a blessing. But Flow Amp, that's why, very brief version of why I got into coaching. What's the difference between a clinician and a life coach? It's a good question. Clay therapy. Are you a therapist yourself? Psychologist plus artist. Very nice. Difference between a clinician and a life coach. Well, life coaches don't need a degree. They don't need a certification. Obviously, that leaves a lot more room for bad coaches. But coaching has a lot more freedom and creativity. Obviously, a lot of therapeutic methods. There's a lot of things you can and can't say. And there's a lot more creativity that I can use in the sessions with my clients as opposed to sometimes a clinician. I'm not a medical professional, so I don't diagnose people. I don't prescribe medication. I don't do any of the work a clinician would do. It's more of it's similar, right? There's a lot of what I do is therapeutic, and it transforms people's lives in certain ways that therapy will. But I'm not a therapist myself. I'm not a medical professional, so that's the biggest difference between like a clinician and a life coach. But of course, we could talk about it for hours of all the different intricacies. How to stop being addicted? Well, if you're addicted, you want to identify where you feel disconnect in your life. What do you feel stuck with? Potentially, what are you running away from? What pain are you trying to numb? That might be a good starting place for a reflection. But yeah, Kyle, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about that, would love to help you. You're digging the piano music. You can hear the music in the background? That's awesome. I didn't know you guys could hear it. Do you think too much availability is less attractive? Well, if you're free 24/7 and you're not building anything in your life and you have no job or business or things that you care about, then yes, it's not very attractive to a woman if you're not ambitious. But if you happen to be available that day and you can text her back more than usual, you don't got to play games and be like, oh, let me wait another 2 hours to get back to it. That's stupid. You're into biology. What's the powerhouse of the cell? Isn't it the mitochondria? Are you a fan of sliding the DMs? I actually never, before I met my girlfriend and all my previous relationships and hookups, I never slid in the DMs for anybody. I've never gotten a girl that way. I've never also tried. I feel like it's like a little, it's a slippery slope and you're like a snake. You're trying to slither in the DMs. Go up to people in person. Thank you for answering. Very interesting. Yeah, Clay, if you're a psychologist, would love to connect. I have a licensed therapist, a marriage counselor, and a hypnotherapist in my coaching practice that coaches and works with me. So would love to connect there. Clay, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM, would love to connect. Brad, have you ever seen a successful emotional man? The best thing about telling someone is to man up. That's simple and clear. No. Yes. People who are successful that are emotional men. But here's the thing. You mistake emotional with feeling emotions. Like, yes, there's men that complain all the time and don't actually integrate their emotions. That's a problem. Men who feel their emotions, those are real leaders. And yeah, that's where the success comes from because they care so much. At least that's my personal perspective and what I've seen. Like a snake. Yeah, I want to be like you. Why do you want to be like me? Hi, sir. What's going on? Would you coach Benjamin something? I don't know who that is. Kirk said, never feel brave enough to approach. Easier to think she's taken and I'm old. Dumb mindset, I know. Well, look, it's a protective mechanism, Kirk. Don't shame yourself for this. Most men are afraid to go up to women. This is not an uncommon thing. But it's about, like, developing yourself to a point where you feel like you're worthy of the love that you desire. Then you can go up to women and you're qualifying her. Hey, let me go up to this girl. I think she's cute. Let me see if I like her. Instead of, let me go up to her. Oh, I wonder if she's going to like me. That's the mindset shift in the frame you want to go into this with, Kirk. That's going to be big for you. That's going to be big for you. Emotional means crying and being weak. I'm not talking about every emotion. Instagram is a useful tool to meet people. Yeah, it can be. I just didn't use it for that purpose. So for coaching and stuff I did. But what's your current biggest goal you want to achieve in life? Building my coaching business more and more. That's the biggest thing for me right now. Kylie said, what do you coach people about? Like everything? Well, not 100% of things, but a lot of things, yes. Kylie, self-growth, dating, relationships, spirituality, confidence, insecurities, communication, investigating the dark parts of yourself. Like, there's a lot of stuff I coach people on, for sure. When you think of anything self-growth oriented, I probably help people with it. But I'm always learning and growing every day. Yeah, Will said if I had a son, I would just tell him to man up. That is a sure way to disconnect him from his emotions and make him feel stuck. You're the chosen one. Emotions are never weak. From a man, emotions are sexy. Yeah, there's someone who's available, someone who actually feels instead of just pretending to be a rock, because it's only pretending. What to do if I'm unemployed, 22 and 5'5"? Oh, Mar, you've been watching way too many social media videos on like men's self-improvement that are not benefiting you. Mar, if you're unemployed, look for a job. If you're 22, that's awesome, you got some time. If you're 5'5", guess what? I'm 5'6", and I've never had a problem with women. Don't use it as an excuse. Are there certain women that are taller that aren't going to find you attractive? Sure. But there's plenty of women that are shorter than 5'5", and there's certain girls that are taller than you that might find you attractive too. How do you live normally in a society where it's economically depressing, cost of living over salaries? It's definitely rough for a lot of people. Try to find something where you can make an exceptional amount of money while being super passionate about it. It's not attainable for everybody, but Joaquin, if you want to shoot me a follow in a DM about what situation you're in, we'll love to see how I can help you out. And more, yeah. Shoot me a DM. What's good, Unc? What's going on, Princess? I'm 6'3". I'm above average. Yeah, if you're 6'3", you're definitely above average. I think the average height for a man is like 5'8", 5'7". Thank you, Twin. Yeah, of course. If you could restart your life to when you're 14, what would you do differently? Nothing. Because if I did something differently, I wouldn't end up where I am right now. And I don't know where I'd be. I don't want to change the timeline. So, welcome in, everybody. Everyone's inviting me to co-host. Let's keep declining those. I want to answer your guys' questions. Impossible to get an appointment with this guy. The demand is real. Hey, Jeff, I haven't heard back from you. Haven't heard back from you. Definitely love to get a session in with you. Love to get a session in with you, Jeff. You've been attending these lives consistently. Do you do energy work? I mean, hearing the word energy, yes, but like the branding of energy work as a whole, no, I don't specialize in that. But when it comes to understanding what's going on internally and presenting that differently and integrating that, yeah, sure. But like the whole like philosophy and like practice of energy work, no, I don't. I do know some people who do though. Have I ever traveled outside the U.S.? No, but I will be in 3 to 4 months from now, I think. Saad, what's going on? This guy saved my life. Did I actually? Did I actually, Saad? Welcome in, everyone. Feel free to throw this question down below. My day was good. Boss is approving the promotion. Let's go, Malachi. Let's go. Let's go. Did I actually saved your life, Saad? Please shoot me a DM about that. I would love to hear your experience. I'm glad I had that impact. Flo, what's going on again? Do you think the most important thing for a man is to focus on his purpose versus women? The most important thing for a man to focus on is his purpose. Absolutely, that's number one. But it's not like women are number 10 on the list. But also, it's like, get yourself out in dating, get yourself out in an experience so you can actually meet someone who's right for you. But yeah, your number one purpose, or your number one value in what you're pursuing should be your purpose for sure. For sure. Do you think feminism is destroying the Western society? Feminism started off as being something good, and then it morphed itself into being something toxic, where now women don't. They want to be more independent than they do want to be in a relationship and have a family. And as women get older, they see themselves that's not usually what they want. And secretly, every woman internally, there's that little girl in her that wants to rely on a man to lead her, so she doesn't have to be independent all the time. It's just that reality has forced people to be independent. But that's not to say that women shouldn't work. It's not saying that at all. Peggy, what's going on? Going out tonight with my bestie, resetting. Thanks for talking yesterday. Yeah, of course, Peggy. Looking awesome to hear. Let me know how it goes. Let's see. Thanks, Brad. Bravo. Hey, appreciate you, Alessandro. I listened to a whole lot the other day and took in a lot of it. Would still would love your take on my story. Oh yeah, Malachi, I know you sent me a DM. I apologize I haven't gotten back to you yet. There's like over 50 people I think still that I haven't gotten back to yet. But I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I haven't forgotten. Bar said you don't have a best friend. Well, that's okay. Doesn't mean you won't have one in the future. You look like you play golf. I don't play golf. Am I a Christian? I am not. Today's your 10th birthday. Nice. No problem, man. Take your time. Life will life one day at a time. Brian, what should I do if my sleep paralysis demon is chasing me? Well, that means we're not living in reality, because that would mean you're dreaming and on this live at the same time, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how that is possible. I feel like my life has been better since last year. Honestly, I have a great group of friends in my gym. That's awesome. Alejandro said, you need Jesus in your life, Brad. Thanks for the recommendation. He's chasing after me as we speak. That is not good. That is not good. What's going on, YouTube? Feel free to throw some questions down below. Welcome in, everybody. Any questions are welcome. Stuff you guys are struggling with, you're trying to advance in your life. We're here to help you guys out. We're here to help you guys out. Do I believe in God? I do. Give us life advice. You gotta ask a question. Jeff said, what do you think personal growth culture gets wrong? A lot of things. I mean, for the large part, personal growth culture has become an avoidance of the self. Even in personal growth, we don't look at our insecurities. We don't look at the dark parts of our psyche. We just like to dive into the things that we're comfortable with. Let's get in the gym, and let's go on more dates, and let's get into relationships. But they don't talk about the deep components of this. Just make more money to attract more women. But there's no deep components. They're missing that part. So that's what most of personal growth culture. Also, a lot of people in the personal growth culture, like they preach going to the gym and eating healthy, and they do, and they have nice looking bodies. But then they go and club every single weekend and get drunk out of their minds. It's like, are you really developing yourself that much? But and for the most part, a lot of the modern personal growth culture is just focused on the surface level rather than the deep components that truly ignite the shift in your soul. Crispy said, would you go after guaranteed money 9 to 5 or money that you know will come in later? I chose the second one. I dropped out of university to build my businesses. So, did I? But that being said, like, But yeah, I mean, look, if you want, here's the thing, Crispy, you can work a 9 to 5 and then build like a business on the side until you feel comfortable. But if you wanted to go all in, be the crazy guy that everyone talks about, you can just go all in now. Depends where you're at though. I'm not telling you to do one particular thing. No stumping this guy ever. Appreciate you, Jeff. I definitely get stumped sometimes. That's my goal. Awesome. What's your opinion on the military, specifically National Guard or Reserves? I don't know anything in particular about the National Guard or Reserve job, so I can't particularly say which one is better, what my opinion is on them. Don't drop out of university, guys. I gave Brad $10 to be financially free. That's crazy. You got a good energy, man. Appreciate you, Crispy. Hey, what's going on, Joseph and Isabel? Appreciate the gift, guys. Appreciate the gift. Welcome in, guys. Yeah, someone on YouTube said, were you adopted? You might be my brother. I don't know. I definitely wasn't adopted. I look exactly like my mother. Let's see. AM, this is a good question. Feeling lost right now at age 25, should I keep doing my 9 to 5 or open a small business? Well, if you have a dream to open a small business, what is the business that you want to open? And it might be, let's see if it's practical or not. But also, AM, depending on the business, you might be able to open something up while you're still at your job before it's secure enough to drop it. Without knowing anything in depth about your situation, I'm not going to advise you any particular way. But AM, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about the in-depth of your situation, what job you work currently, what business you want to start, would love to have a really in-depth conversation about it in the DMs and point you in the right direction. Tomorrow, main goal is getting a girlfriend. Where are we going and what are we doing? Yeah, that's crazy. Good to see you killing it always. Appreciate you. How can I stay motivated to do something? You actually need a deeper component as to why you want to be motivated. Like, motivation comes from your innate desire, your soul's calling and gravitation towards this thing that you want to build in your life. If you are trying to build something that you don't really care about, it's just from the opinions of other people, you're not going to be motivated doing it. So to stay motivated to do something, you have to actually list off and connect to all the deep reasons as to why you want to build it in the first place. And when you're that connected, you will wake up early and stay up late doing this stuff all the time. How does it feel being 22, giving life advice to 30-plus-year-olds? That's actually a good question because a lot of my clients are in their 30s and I'm in my early 20s. I feel very blessed to be able to help people that are older than me. I feel very blessed to be in my early 20s and be able to provide people a ton of value. It really is a blessing. Really is a blessing. How can you help me with proud of who I am? How can you help me with proud of who I am with general anxiety? Oh, you're saying you have general anxiety, and how can I help you be proud of who you are, if that's what your question is? Well, the first thing to reflect upon is who convinced me I can't be proud of myself now? What expectation and narrative am I telling myself that I need to get to this point before I can be proud of myself, before I am good enough? Who convinced you of that? It was somebody else. And if it came from somebody else and implanted itself in here, you can take it from here and export it. And that's, usually a process. But Dylan, if you want to shoot me a DM about it, I would love to dive into this with you. Mo said, is caring about politics worth the cortisol spike? Most of the time, not, because you're usually not doing anything to change the political realm. You're just spending your time, effort, and attention doing it. Time, effort, and energy and attention into it when you're not doing anything to change it, and you're just bringing yourself more cortisol. I'll tell you what I do. I don't watch the news. Sure, like some major news stories and stuff that's going on in the world inevitably comes up. I don't pay attention to politics. That's just me. It saves me a lot of sanity and allows me to grow my business and actually make an impact for people instead of focusing on things I can't control. Let's see. Where's the next question? Why can't you sleep? Maybe you're not tired. Kelly, hi Brad, what's going on? You're a breakthrough coach. Welcome in. All right, S said, 38, no friends, no family left, no job. What's the point? It's a good question. You've been through a rough circle. You've been through a lot of shit. Doesn't mean it's the end, even if it feels that way. Feelings are not always 100% connected to reality. SR, if you want to shoot me a DM about this, I'd love to help you out. But it's going to be really important to dive into things that you care about, things that you find purposeful, finding more passions, finding the enjoyment in life. It is around you and within you. You just have to recapture it and find it. You can absolutely do it. Any tricks to fall asleep quickly? I don't think I do actually. Usually takes me a little while to fall asleep. But relaxing your mind, taking deep breaths. Not when you have a thought come in, just allow it to be there, but don't focus and fixate on it too much. That's actually what I would say about that. Um, that's what I would say about the falling asleep quickly. Welcome in, everyone. Doesn't that reflect on them being older? Right? Isn't it? Doesn't that reflect bad on them, older people, as they should be helping you? Well, I mean, here's the thing: everybody's on a different journey in life. Everyone has different experiences. Age does not mean maturity. I know plenty of people in their 40s and their 80s who are exceptionally immature. It's a logical fallacy. Somebody is older than me, they must be more intelligent. Is it since they lived more life? Is there a possibility they're more intelligent? It's possible, but oftentimes I've found that it's not true. But again, it's not to shame anyone for it. I mean, I'm blessed to know the information I do and have integrated some of the stuff at the age I'm at. Just wanted to see how you react to say if I was in that situation. Okay, got it. Age does mean maturity, and if they are older and less mature, then it's embarrassing. Age does not mean maturity. That's what I just said. It's a logical fallacy. Here's the definition of a logical fallacy. It seems logical, it's not. Here's a classic one. Everybody is doing this thing in life. That means I should do it too. Well, most people are miserable. Most people aren't happy. Most people are disconnected. Most people get divorced. You don't want to be like most people. Do I live with my parents? I do not. I mean, technically I'm in their house, but I live by myself. How are you right and I'm wrong? I just explained it. Welcome in, everybody. Is your IQ the highest in the world? Jay said on YouTube. Definitely not. Definitely far from it. Greg said, "How do I best coach a team while also finding time to better myself?" What when you say coach a team, is this in a business setting? Is this sports? But coaching your team is also finding time to better yourself. You will better yourself while you're coaching your team. They will teach you things as they have challenges come up. But also dedicate like at least an hour every evening to researching and diving into the stuff and the personal growth stuff for yourself, Greg. But Greg, if you have like, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM, Greg, about this, like I'd love to dive into the depths of it. Tina, appreciate the repost. From Argentina, welcome in. But that's an opinion, no. I'm sure someone else could argue against that. Yeah, of course they could, Will. We all have different opinions and perspectives. Thanks, Brad. Gonna go. Have a good one. You too, Kobe. Appreciate you popping in. You always ask great questions. Is website connected landlords and tenants, especially in the hoods, a good business approach? Potentially. Should the guy always pay for everything in a relationship? I love my girl, but I'm running out of money. It depends on your relationship. Me and my girl works a full-time job, and she's in school. I run my businesses. We both make money. We both pay for things. Do I pay for things more than she does? Yes. But she pays for things for me. And some people are like, oh my God, you're a horrible boyfriend. You let her pay for things. What's the point of her having a job and making money if she's not going to spend any of it? And she like my girlfriend literally enjoys spending money on me too. She's like I like on my birthday. She's like, I wish it was your birthday every day. Like I just want to buy you more stuff. So yes, it's especially in the modern world, it is normal for men and women to both pay in the relationship. I personally believe the man pays more, but yes, I do think it's important for both people to. Blue said, how do you even start if you're and experience you've avoided women the majority of your life, but you have good looks? You have to start on your confidence and your approach with women and having conversations and connecting with human beings. That and getting out of your comfort zone. That's the best thing. Yeah, of course, Emmett. If you want to dive into some deeper components, feel free to shoot me a DM, shoot me a follow. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah. Do I do meditation? No, I don't. Not anymore. It has been something, but I do meditation in like some weird creative sense. I don't like sit down and meditate like this anymore like I used to. But playing like things that get me into flow, it's kind of like a meditative state of consciousness. I struggle with finding the motivation. What's going on, Emily? Struggle to find the motivation and discipline to get up early and get things done before work. Okay, Emily. Well, what is it that you're trying to get done? You're also from Jersey. Very nice. I'm here too. Maybe we could do some sessions in person. But yeah, the question is like, what are you trying to get done? And is it something you actually connect to? Because if not, then you could actually change the scheduling of it. But there's a bunch of different components here. But yeah, Emily, Everyone's from New Jersey, no shot. Everyone, where? Obviously, I'm not going to ask you guys like on this live, but if you guys are from New Jersey, shoot me a DM of what part of Jersey. We might be able to do some in-person sessions, and I'll do some free sessions with you, especially if you're in person. So Rosie and Emily, if you want to shoot me a follow, Rosie, you already follow me. Emily, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM, would love to like just in the DMs dive into this stuff further. That's crazy that you guys are from Jersey. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Feel free to throw some questions down below. Hey, you're from Cherry Hill? Yo, that's crazy, Meg. I'm like an hour from there. Everyone who's from New Jersey, shoot me a follow and shoot me a DM. I'll give you guys some free coaching sessions in person. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I do most of my coaching online, so I always want more in-person clients. So yeah, Meg, feel free to shoot me a follow and DM. Babyface said, hey, how do you stay focused when things aren't going as fast as you want them to? Okay, yeah, that's a good point, or question. So there's a difference between waiting and being patient. I was having a conversation with my friend about this today. Waiting is not doing the stuff required to push you forward, and patience is doing it and just not seeing the results yet. So you want to look practically about if things aren't going as fast as you want them to be, that's okay, right? Just congratulate yourself from the progress that you have made so far. That's the most important thing, to soak into the gratitude of it. And it'll come to you as you're building it, but you have to see the practicalities of it as well. I don't get how I'm supposed to be magically placed in situations where talking to women is normal. What do you mean talking to women is normal? You have to do abnormal things to get abnormal results. What I mean by that is most people aren't in a fulfilling relationship. Most people are stuck and disconnected. So, waiting for the snow to melt. Yeah, absolutely, Rosie. Anything, Emily said, anything, just basic tasks like cleaning or studying or getting up early to eat and stuff. Okay. Yeah, Emily, are you in school? Do you work? Where is it that you struggle with having a routine? Yeah, I mean, look, if it's cleaning or studying, like you want to find a deep component as to, like, for example, if you're procrastinating studying, you have to dive into the components of why you're studying this thing and you're in university in the first place. Hey, I'm doing this to get a good job. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it. I'm doing it because I want to get here, even if I might not enjoy this class. And that can give you a little bit of more motivation to do it, because it's like, hey, this is going to lead me to where I want to be in life and where I'm going to be exceptionally connected to myself. But there are also like basic tasks like cleaning and stuff like that. Like, put your favorite album in your ears. Like, put it on a speaker. Make the boring tasks fun in your life, right? And also pay very close attention. Be very present. Also, doing something difficult in the morning, but something difficult that you care about, is going to be a good place to do even before the cleaning sometimes. But we can dive into it in the DMs. There's obviously going to be personalized stuff. How to avoid or how to work on avoidant attachment? That's a really good question. I'm the perfect person to ask on this because not only have I helped people with it, but I also used to be very avoidant myself in my romantic relationship. So, Ross, great question. Let's dive into this. After I get a sip of water, I'm dying. How to focus on avoidant attachment. Okay, so this often comes from childhood, disconnection with the family, disconnection with the feminine, disconnection with your vulnerability and your insecurities. You're afraid people are going to leave you. Fear of abandonment. If I'm too open, they're going to feel like I'm weak, or whatever the case is, whatever narrative you tell yourself. So you're going to avoid situations and confrontation. Slowly put yourself into that. The next time somebody does something that you don't like, instead of avoiding the situation, say, hey, I don't like that you did this. You don't got to over-explain yourself. Just say, you doing this made me feel kind of crappy. Let's have a conversation about it. Do it in very small capacities. Or it's in the case of, hey, just when someone asks you how your day's going, instead of just saying good, say, yeah, it's not going that great. Right? You don't got to overextend yourself. That's a little thing you could do to start. But Ross, if you really want to dive into the depths of like the avoidant attachment stuff you're really dealing with, Ross, shoot me a DM. I know you already follow me. Shoot me a DM. I'd love to dive into this with you. How do you avoid procrastination and phone addiction? Take your phone and put it in another room when you're doing something that you care about. Right? Eliminate the distraction. If I'm like on a call with someone, my phone doesn't exist. It's over there. I'm locked in with somebody. Right? And do that with other areas of your life too. It's important. Thank you. I'll message you. I'm in the Gloucester County area. Actually, I haven't heard of that, so I don't know how close it is to me, but we'll have a conversation for sure. Sounds good. Looking forward to connecting, Emily. How do you deal with self-doubt? It's actually crazy how many people from Jersey were popping in here. I guess it's promoting it to people. That's cool. How do you deal with self-doubt and feeling like you aren't good enough to achieve your goals? Well, yeah, I mean, self-doubt, right? I feel stuck. I don't know if I can do this. Am I capable of this? It's imposter syndrome. I don't know if I deserve this, right? This often came from childhood. You didn't feel connected. Somebody told you, hey, if you got a B on a test as opposed to an A, you're not good enough. So now that translates to all different areas of your life, and you feel like for everything, if it's not perfect, it's not good enough. But it's impossible to be perfect, right? So you want to change the narrative you tell yourself. Congratulate yourself. If you do good at something, but not 100% perfect, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some gratitude. Reward yourself. You'll start to train your brain to actually be proud of yourself for once. So that's a good starting place, Vince. And if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about it, would love to help you out. Rafa, hello, good evening. What's going on? Welcome back in. Like Mullica Hill? I don't know if I've heard that either. I'll have to look it up. 26, 1.87 centimeters. I don't do kilograms, and so we do feet where I live. In the U.S., we do feet and pounds, so if you want to rephrase that. Grumpy said, what is it called when you abandon/give stuff up for the greater good? It's called sacrifice. Sacrifice. But you don't always have to sacrifice. Sometimes it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You just convince yourself you have to. Can I practice my English listening to you? Sure. I use some pretty complicated words sometimes, so you might not understand, but we don't use kilograms, we use feet. Oh, I meant for the centimeters. I said feet. For kilograms, I was saying pounds. Welcome in, everyone. Diving into self-growth, advancing your relationships, growing spiritually. LY or IY, do you make a practical, safe decision or the risky one that you actually want? I think you already know the answer to that question. I don't think I need to answer that for you. But LY, depending on what that situation is, feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM about it, and I'd love to give you my perspective on it. Mandy, what's going on? Welcome in. I don't know if did I shoot you? I think I shot you a message about the women's group. I actually just shot a message to everyone today. We're starting it very soon. Yeah, anyone who's obviously I do run my coaching practice, but we're starting a women's coaching group. We're going to be meeting bi-weekly. So any of the women that are in here for the first 20, 25 women that join that group is going to be completely free. So if you're a woman who's focusing on self-growth, relationships, spirituality, feel free to shoot me a message about our women's group, and we'll see if you're a good fit for it. It'll be free. Rosie said, do you specialize in trauma work? I don't specifically do trauma work, but it is something that I tackle with my clients for sure. Yeah, Rosie, yeah, we'll get you in the women's group. We're going to meet Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time bi-weekly. Attachment issues, oh yeah, yep, that's gonna be a deep one. Fear of abandonment, attachment issues. It's going to manifest itself in the relationship you have with yourself, your perception of your parents, the men and the women that you date. Goes all over the place. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, of course, Mandy. Welcome in, everybody. What do you mean by spirituality? It's a good question. So I'm not a part of a particular religion. Like religious ideas, philosophy, energy, awareness, consciousness. That's what I mean by spirituality in the general sense. Welcome in, everybody. Feel free to throw some questions down below. I'll help you guys out. It's 10:30, so I'm probably going to stay on here for another 25 minutes. I told myself I'd go to bed earlier tonight. Where am I from? I'm from the East Coast in the U.S. Catherine, my boyfriend has an addiction. He says he doesn't have self-worth to change. Do I stay and wait for change? Catherine, you can shoot me his contact information so I can help him change his life, in all seriousness. He says he doesn't have the self-worth to change. Well, developing your self-worth is what allows you to change. So he may not have the self-worth right now to change the behavior, and that's okay. He's acknowledging where he's starting at, but he needs a desire to try and change that, and then he can actually do it. So it's not about waiting for him, but you got to have a deeper conversation about this. And Catherine, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about the actual in-depths of the situation with your relationship, I'd love to help you out. How to raise your testosterone before blank the hotel receptionist? Probably hit a gym session. That could be a good place for you, bro. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. YouTube has got crazy troll comments. David said, for how long? About an hour. Thanks for the quick responses and good convos. I'll reach out. Have a good night. You as well, Emily. Appreciate you popping in. Glad we're able to connect. Where am I from? I'm from the East Coast in the U.S. Oh, in the bed, David said. 5 minutes. I feel left out of my trio. What should I do? Have a conversation with them if you feel left out. You might be able to get to the bottom of it. How to overcome guilt and depression when your wife left you because you cheated. Oh, that's a really good question. Well, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Nguyen? Nguyen? I definitely am not pronouncing your name correctly. I apologize. But if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this is going to be a really deep answer, so I can only dive into it on the surface level here. But the guilt and depression, like, you have to feel the emotions and the consequences of your actions. You can't run away from that. But the shame, you don't have to keep casting that out onto towards yourself. If you're working on your character, you're working on processing this, you're going to be able to change, you're going to be able to evolve. Hold on to that mindset. But again, if you want to dive into the deeper components, please shoot me a DM. I'd love to help you out. Oh, James, is that your actual name? Is that what you were saying? Van Shika? Hi, what's going on? You have Aster said I have some shame. What's the shame around for you? Welcome in, everybody. Trying to have multiple wives. What do I do to live unconventionally? Well, you have to have your wives consent to it and have the women you're dating with. It's going to be difficult to find women that will be okay with you having multiple wives, but it's definitely possible. Mandy said, how do I start life over at 40? Well, change the narrative already. You're not starting your life over at 40. You're just making some drastic changes. Even if it feels like everything's been broken down, not everything has been broken down. You're still here, right? So even that, don't limit in the way that you are now, even though you've been through a lot of struggles. But we'll dive into it. I know you're going to be a part of the women's group, so it'll be a lot of stuff to dive into. It's 4 a.m. for you. Went to bed at 12:15, woke up at 3:30, wanted to wake up at 8. Now what? Probably go back to bed. Go back to bed, Alejandro. But awesome to have you with us. What are some good dating apps? Hinge is probably the best out of all of them, if I had to guess. I've never gotten results on dating apps. I've always been an in-person type of guy. How do I deal with the feeling of doom, especially concerning the political state of the U.S. now? You're focusing too many things. You're focusing on things that are out of your control. Stop focusing so much on the impending doom of the political state. Everyone has been thinking that everything's going to collapse for the last 20,000 centuries. And eventually civilization will. But you're not at that point. So focus on your passions, building in your life, and relationships and things you actually care about. Don't focus so much on the political state of the world. Obviously, if there's things that are impacting you directly in your neighborhood, that's a different story. But if you're not directly involved in it 100%, stop focusing on things out of your control. It's not helping you. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, of course, Mandy. What should I do with someone who cheated on me and refuses to admit it? Well, if you know for certain that they cheated on you, you can't be with them anymore. And especially if they're being dishonest with you, you can't be with someone who's being dishonest. But Cushy, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about the actual in-depths of the situation, we'd love to dive into it with you. How did I meet my partner? Random January 13th of last year, 10 a.m. Maybe it was probably 11 a.m. at that time. Random Monday morning, I saw a cute girl walk into a coffee shop. Sat in my head for 20 minutes thinking, should I go up to her or not? Then I went up to her, and the rest is history. That's how I met my girl. Can you talk about spirituality? I can, but there's a lot of different aspects of spirituality. So if you want to ask a direct question about it, we can dive into it. I'm an athlete. I go from home to gym, gym to home. How do you expect me to find women? Instagram and club. Go to the gym. Meet women at the gym. Why can't you go up to a girl at the gym? Why can't you walk up to a girl in the shopping plaza outside of the gym? Why can't you go to a park, and why can't you spend 30 minutes out of your day to just drive somewhere and go up to a girl? You can make time. You're just not making it. I've come to a realization that after all I have is done, I don't know what my purpose is. Well, how old are you? What have you tried so far? Where are you at with everything, Arham? Carrie said, It's not good if he said, "You're deluded, you're nothing special to keep me up," right? Doesn't sound like something good or I would ever say to someone, a girl I care about. But I also don't know this situation. Bradley, what's going on? We got the same name. Question: how should I find a relationship in high school? Connect to your values. Connect to what you truly want in a woman, and connect to those values yourself. And see, go on dates with girls, see who you connect with, and see who you don't. It's a good starting place. You don't got to have it all figured out, especially if you're in high school. I have eating-related anxiety. All right, well, there's something deeper going on that we want to address. There's a core root to this. Where does the anxiety come from? What are you really stressed about? What are you avoiding? What are you not facing? So, Ambot, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about it, we'll love to help you out. How do you process so much stuff every day? What do you mean process so much stuff every day? Could you be a little bit more specific? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Oh, for me, maybe? Bradley, appreciate the follow. What's going on? All right, welcome in, everybody. You have no social life, you block people easily. Well, it sounds like if you have no social life and you block people easily, you're either connecting with the wrong people or there's some work to do internally with yourself and you give up on people too fast. That's possible too. But Saul, if you want to shoot me sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. If you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this and the intricacies of the situation, I'd love to help you process this so you can actually cultivate a social life for yourself where you truly connect with those people. They understand you, you understand them, and there's that reciprocation. Because, maybe you block easily people because you don't connect with them. So a lot of different components we could dive into here. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Saul, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM, would love to dive into this with you further. What's your advice for self-growth? Well, it depends what you're trying to grow with. There's self-growth is very broad. That's why I put it there. It's like anything under that category we dive into. How to become a good communicator like myself. I appreciate that. How to become a good communicator. Pay very close attention to the filler words you use. I used to not be able to express myself clearly. Also, learn new vocabulary. Don't be afraid to take a little bit of time out of your day to just learn a few new words and experiment with using them. Also, don't be afraid of silence. And notice the filler words you use when you feel like saying like, maybe. Stop yourself. Give yourself some space to finish the thought, and then you allow yourself to speed it up. Also, when you know what you're talking about and what you care about. Also, sometimes not communicating effectively could be like a self-worth thing as well. Sometimes you feel disconnected from yourself. You don't believe in yourself and what you're saying, so you can't present it to people authentically. Sometimes there's a fear and anxiety around it. There's a lot of different potentials here. Your birthday is tomorrow, Alex, on YouTube. Happy birthday. Any advice for the homies out there about how to get out of their comfort zone? Do it in very small capacities. You don't have to change your life overnight, right? You're afraid to be honest with people about how you feel. Next time someone asks you how you're doing, don't just say good. Say, I'm not having a great day. Don't have to over-explain. Just be a little bit more honest, a little bit more open, a little bit more transparent. If you're attracted to girls and you want to go up to more women, but you're afraid to do it and ask her for a number, just walk past a girl and say, hey, enjoy the rest of your day, keep walking. Start very small. It's a good place to start. Mateo said never stress. Well, I don't know how to never stress. You got to teach me that. What about panicking? What are you panicking over? Is it something out of your control, something in your control? What is it that is surrounding that? Welcome in, everybody. You can't stop doing bad habits. Help. All right. Yeah. Mark, what are the bad habits you're doing? Also, that you're probably doing the bad habits because you feel disconnected and you're trying to run away from something. Ask yourself, what am I running away from? What are the bad habits avoiding me from facing? It's going to be an uncomfortable truth to discover, but a necessary and a required one. And Mark, feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM about it. Would love to help you out. Jacob said, girls in college, she's so busy and stressed. Is it okay to slow down and pause until she's more free? Jacob, is this a long-distance relationship? Because even if she's in college, here's the thing, Jacob. I run 2 businesses. I work all the time. My girlfriend has a full-time job and is taking 4 classes at university. And she runs a bunch of clubs at the business schools and stuff like that. So we're so busy and stressed. We still make time for each other in our beautiful relationship. So take with that what you will. And Jacob, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about what you're personally going through with it, love to help you out. Carrie said, how do I cut someone off who blank whenever I try to leave? Okay, that's Carrie. I'm not going to answer that question on live because that's a very intricate one. But Carrie, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about that question, I'd be able to dive into it with you personally. Because TikTok will flag the live if I dive into topics like that. Chloe said, how do I find a serious relationship? I'm 25, haven't dated in 10 years, and guys only want hookups. Chloe, it is not that only guys want hookups, it's just that the guys you're talking to only want hookups. It could also be that you're not fully certain about what your values are. It could also be that you're meeting guys in the wrong context. It could be that you're meeting them in situations where it's more likely that they are who you don't want them to be. But Chloe, connecting to yourself is a good place to start, of what you truly want. And just going on a few dates. If you haven't dated in 10 years, but you're saying only guys want hookups, like, they're guys that want dates. You just have to have more conversations. It's a numbers game in some capacity. But Chloe, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, I'd love to help you out. Also, for any of the women that are in here, we have over 100 people in here. I've been coaching for a while, and obviously I charge for my services. But any women that are in here, we're starting a women's group. It's 100% free for the first 20, 30 women that are joining. If you're a woman who's focused on self-growth, improving your relationships, dating, we have a women's group where we're meeting bi-weekly. Shoot me a follow and a DM. Hey, I want to join the women's group, and I'll give you guys the information. It's going to be completely free if you want to join as a woman right now. It's a new semester for her, so it's hard to see each other and build. So no, it's not far. If it's not far from you, even if it's a new semester for her, she can make time for you. If she's not making time for you, she's not that interested. I've become miserable from people pleasing. I don't know who I am, and I'm starting to resent it. That's a really deep question, Kurt. I appreciate you being open about that. Okay. Well, Kurt, yes, people pleasing. It's going to drain your energy. It's going to drain your life force. You don't know who you are, and you're resenting yourself, right? Because you're doing everything for everyone else all the time, which isn't even benefiting that much. It's just draining you. You're taking where your cup is like this, and you keep pouring it into people, but instead of it being up here and helping people. So, Kurt, I got to know where you're starting from, what you've been doing to people please. There's also a few lectures I can send over to you from my group. I'll send them over to you for free. Kurt, I know you already follow me. Shoot me a DM about this. I'll send you over some material that you can check out that'll help you out. Let's see. Joe said, could I do sessions? Yeah, shoot me a DM. I think we were talking the DM show. We can book a session in. The intro sessions are always free. How can I get out of survival mode? Well, first thing, Miss J, to get out of survival mode, stop running around all the time. When you notice yourself early in the morning, immediately starting to rush around, stop dead in your place. Stop moving. Take a few deep breaths. Move a little bit slower. It calms the nervous system. Right? It allows you to be a little bit more in tune with yourself. That's the first good place to start. You're going to regulate your nervous system and feel less nervous. And one thing I've been thinking about myself recently, I don't even like that our nervous system is called nervous system. Like, it literally has the word nervous in it. It's not like a very positive word. But that's a good place to start, Miss J. And if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, I'd love to see where you're at personally with it and help you out. Sounds good, Carrie. Looking forward to connecting. How to face procrastination. Ooh, I like the way you worded it. How to face procrastination. You have to look at how your brain does not see the payoff of what you're trying to build or do, and the amount of time and effort and energy that it takes for you to put into it based on the results. Feels like it's not worth it. So you have to actually dive into how it is worth it and come up with the reasons consciously and write them down and soak into them. That's the first place to start. Jacob said that's fair. For her, she's had bad anxiety and ADD, so it's hard to focus for her on school and schoolwork. I mean, yeah, that's obviously, something that she's dealing with, and it's not invalid by any capacity. But if you're going to be in a relationship, you're going to be in a relationship. You need to build it together, and you need to see each other. Agua Kate. How do you casually respond to people asking about sensitive topics while being truthful? That's a really good question. Well, Agua, I guess you could take notes from me. That's what I'm doing all the time on this TikTok Live. People asking pretty deep, sensitive questions. And I'm casually responding to people and just being truthful about it. Right? So it's about leaning into your authenticity. The thing you know to be true, just say it. Don't say it with so much vigor and emotion. Just like, hey, this is what I think is going on. This is how I feel. Right? With confidence, but not cockiness. It's a good place to start. But Agua, depending on the exact situation here, I don't know what it is. I know you already follow me. Feel free to shoot me a DM about this. Let's see. Adam said, my best friend came out to me today and confessed to me. What should I do? Well, you don't have to do anything. Hello, coach. I sent you a DM. I hope you can help me later. Sounds good, Ambot. Looking forward to connecting. How do I make new friends in my 30s? Miss J said. Just go up to new people. Ask them what they do for work. Ask curious questions. And people are going to want to conversate with you. And they'll find you interesting, too. Interestingly enough. All right, let's see. Samuel, what's going on? Daniel said, hi, just wanted to say God loves you very much. Hey, appreciate you. AH said, this girl I've been talking to didn't text me all day today and I cooked. How long have you been talking to her? How many dates have you gone on? Gergo said, I think that you're only pouring your ADHD here on others and in desperate need for attention. That's a wild claim. But I guess I appreciate your input. And exercise every day to make my social life evolve. You guys are asking some good questions. Exercise every day to make my social life evolve. Say hi to 5 new people every single day. You don't have to have an in-depth conversation. Just say, hey, enjoy the rest of your day. Keep walking. It's a good thing to make your social life a little bit better. Very small step. Or just go up to one person every single day. 7 hangouts. We hung out both days this past weekend, and she hasn't texted you all day. Yeah, that's not a super positive sign. But AH, how old are you guys? Are you like at the university level? Are you in high school? Are you past that? Because you definitely don't want to play games here. Sup, coach? What's going on, Jay? Yeah, like people asking about breakups and fallouts that still hurt without spilling your guts. Yeah, I mean, hold space for it, right? Like, you can be honest and truthful without being super aggressive about it. Some people think that they have to coexist. Oh, you're 21. I mean, look, if she hasn't texted you all day, just leave it be. Maybe she's had a long day. Maybe she's genuinely got a lot of stuff going on. Doesn't mean that you're cooked. But if she doesn't respond to you tomorrow, give her a call. See if she answers. Nothing wrong with that. You're not being too needy. Hey, is everything all right? Right? There's nothing wrong with that. And then if she doesn't answer you from there, then it might not be that. Might not be in tune. But AH, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about like the in-depths of the situation and maybe why a reason is you think she might not be texting you back, we could definitely dive into it. Get to the bottom of it. Welcome in, everybody. Goonister on YouTube. How do you get over limitations that you put on yourself? Well, understand that you put them on yourself, and if you put them on yourself, you can relieve them for yourself. These are expectations. They're narratives that you tell yourself. You can change that narrative. You can change that expectation. Welcome in, everyone. Feel free to throw some questions down below. AH said, so you think calling her even if she doesn't text me back is a good idea? I don't know about that. If you're going to ask the dating gods of the dating world in the modern self-help industry, they'll tell you, no, if she doesn't respond to you, don't call her. If you're serious about dating her and you want to see if she's okay, give her a call. If you decide not to give her a call and then you're just waiting, how's that going to make you feel? More disconnected. You want to know if she likes you, right? See if she answers the phone. She'll take time out of her day to answer you if she cares. What did I study? My own time, psychology, philosophy, spirituality, a lot of other things. I dropped out of university, but I was studying psychology. I wasn't really learning much at university. Len, Cherry, what's going on? Len said, how did you get your mindset? How do I become a positive person and change my perspective on life? Well, Len, that's a good question. It depends on where you're starting from. Like, where do you feel disconnected? Where do you feel you have a negative mindset? What areas of life? Is it relationships, the relationship with yourself, self-worth? Is it, with work, job, school, career? There's so many different possibilities. So, Len, if you want to shoot me a DM about, like, what particular parts of your mindset and perspective you feel like you want to change, would love to dive into it with you. Boxer said, I'm in the same situation, been texting a girl last few weeks. Yeah, I don't know why. Look, if the girl's not getting back to you, she might not be that invested. Women that care about you aren't going to play games. And a mature woman won't play games with you. My girl never did that. I'm a Christian, but I can't stop daydreaming or grieving, not living like my favorite books and TV shows. Can you rephrase that question? Can I ask fitness advice? For sure. I don't know why I'm so shy. Maybe maybe you have felt misunderstood in the past. Maybe you feel like you're more of an introvert. You feel like people don't listen to you. Those could be a few reasons as to why you feel like you're shy. Or you just never talk to people that much. Could also be that you just don't have that much experience talking to people. Should we text friends every day to keep a friendship? If you have a great friendship, you don't need to text them every day. Me and my best friend who lives 2 minutes away from me, we talk maybe twice a week. And some of my friends that live a few states over, but I'm super connected to, I see them once every 6 months, and we text maybe twice over the course of that 6 months. Doesn't mean we don't care. We're just building our own things. But no, you don't have to text your friends every day to keep a friendship. If you have to do that, might be feeling a little bit stuck. Definitely say that. Love you, Coach. Appreciate you too, Ambot. I have no direction in life. Lately, I've been thinking of becoming a mortgage broker. Send it. Let's do it. Send it. Send it. Send it. Just so weird because whenever me and her hang out, we be vibing, but she's inconsistent with texting. Yeah, I mean, I'd have a conversation with her about it. Where do I stand politically? Good question. I'm not going to answer it. We don't dive into politics on here. Let's see. Anastasia said, should men do 50-50 in a relationship? Relationships are never 50-50. It's dependent on the day, your emotions. You guys are human beings, not robots. 50-50, 70-30, like, it's, what do you mean? But when you say 50-50, you talking about finances? Are you talking about every aspect of relationships? What particular things are you talking about? Trapdoor said, I got dumped by someone I didn't like. You got dumped by someone you didn't like, and it made me throw up. Trapdoor, can you shoot me a DM about this? Because that's going to be deep. Also, I don't fully understand the question. I'm in love with my sister. What can I do about it? I'm going to assume that's a troll comment, but if it's not, shoot me a DM about it. How do you know if he's the one for you? It's a good question. You guys show up for each other every day in, day out, and you feel that intuitive certainty about the person. It's complicated when we not used to being friends anymore, but thanks. Yeah, of course. Oh, you're saying I kind of feel depressed when I'm not watching TV. Oh, okay, Jesus. Please feel free to shoot me a DM about this, or shoot me a follow. You feel depressed when you're not watching TV or reading books. You're running away from something. There's something you're not addressing here. And you're using the books and the shows to escape your reality. That's going to be a first place to start. Like, what am I avoiding? All right. Noemis. Definitely not pronouncing your name correctly. I apologize. How to get out of a job that has a dead end but has good benefits and stability. You feel trapped. Okay, it has good benefits and stability, so that's probably what's keeping you there. But it has a dead end. How to get out of a job? Well, you can't just get out of a job and get into nothing. So you have to develop a passion or develop some sort of skill or look into something else that you want to transition into. That'll be a good place to start for you. And if you have already things you're passionate about, you're trying to start a business, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM, Noemi, would love to dive into it with you. Anastasia said finance. I don't think it's 50-50 for finances and relationships. I mean, it's dependent on the relationship. It's not a one-size-fits-all philosophy. For me and my girl, it's more like probably like 80-20 for finances, or maybe like 75-25 in our relationship. My girlfriend pays for stuff for me, but I pay more. But it's personalized in the relationship. But Anastasia, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, we'd love to see what it's like in your dating experience and see what's going on there. User said, I'm afraid of failing. What if I don't end up liking it? Feels like I would have just lost time. If you don't end up liking what? I didn't see your first question. Old Boxer said, yeah, we went on a date and we met up on the weekend for breakfast. Went well, made her laugh. Well, yeah, I mean, look, people show their true intentions if they're not going to get back to you. Alexa, appreciate the follow. When we should meet up again, should I make the next date? Yeah, make the next date. Take the initiative. You got dumped by someone you liked and had reservations about, but the effect it had was insane. Why? Well, maybe there's something deeper going on here with like the way you feel about yourself and rejection and fear of abandonment. It could be stuff like that that's going on. How do I get over the fear of texting people? SMB, if we were in a coaching session together, you would be pulling out your phone and I'd be walking you through it on the screen right now. But unfortunately, we're not in a session, so I can't do that. But get over the fear of texting people. Go out and text someone right now. Someone you've been avoiding texting, leave this live right now, pause it, and go text someone. That's your first assignment. How tall am I? I'm 5'6". Maybe 5'7" on a good day. I'm always scrolling instead of sleepy again. What should I do? Put your phone down. I'm tired of life. There's absolutely nothing positive. That is not true. But Diego, please shoot me a DM about this and don't be afraid to call a hotline if you're really at that point. Thanks, Coach. Have a good day. You too, SMB. If you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about your situation, would love to help you out further and see you back here. I have startup an elite undergraduate opportunity. I don't know how to navigate. You have a startup and an undergraduate opportunity. You don't know which one to do, or you have to pick one of them. What's the situation with that 808? What is the situation? Thanks for the advice. Yeah, of course, Boxer. Hello, you're so handsome. I'm in a very fulfilling relationship with my girlfriend, but I appreciate the compliment. There's plenty of people on TikTok that care about people. That's true. How old am I? I'm 22. How to get super confident when playing basketball? Develop the skills, put in an immense amount of time, effort, and energy into what you do. And the confidence will come, my friend. The confidence will come. Have I seen Wicked? No, I have not. Mighty Brad, I believe you're way behind in the chat while I'm here. We're on TikTok over here. YouTube is throwing too many troll comments, so I'm paying attention to TikTok more. I have a question about a book. What book? You're German. Good for you. I meant for me, there's nothing positive. Well, that's not true. It's just, you've been through negative experiences for sure. And you have evidence to back up as to why you feel like life sucks, but it's not objective reality. There's deeper components to pay attention to. Okay, well, I was just saying nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Brandon. Let's see. You look so familiar, some kind of movie. Maybe I was in a movie. You live in New Zealand. Very nice. I have a client in New Zealand. Happy TikToking. Appreciate it. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like my days blur into each other. It feels like drowning. Okay. Lail? Maybe your name's Layla? I don't know. Okay. Well, I appreciate you trying to walk me through this. Feels like everything's blurring into each other. There's a disconnection going on. You feel a lack of connection to your work, to your school, to your passion, right? You want to find the small steps to get yourself closer to that. And if you want, Lail, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, we'd love to help you get more connected to this stuff. How do I understand what I'm reading to be able to interpret it? I don't know exactly what you're asking. The economy, okay. Let's not dive into that. I want to regain my friend's trust. What can I do to make it up to them? Well, it depends what you did to break your friend's trust. Depends on what you did to break their trust. What is it that you did? Only Private said how to deal with toxic roommates. They're a group of 3 and I'm alone. Okay, that sucks. That's kind of what I felt like when I was in university. See if you can have actual conversations with them about the deeper components and then try to move out the next time that you, like when you actually are able to. There's no point of trying to live with people that you can't spend time with. But again, I don't know, when you say toxic roommates, I don't know what particular patterns they have, so that we have to dive into. Hello, Coach. What's going on, Invisible Young? Want to be spiritual because the girl I love broke up with you. What advice do I have for you? Well, if you just want to be spiritual because someone broke up with you, that may not be the only practical factor to get into it, but can be a good starting place. What are you connected to a certain religion already? Where are you at with it? Lizzie, fellow life coach here, just followed you. Hey, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. Well, yeah, Lizzie, I have a few coaches in my coaching practice, and I'm always connecting with other people. So I saw you shot me a follow, Lizzie. If you want to shoot me a DM, would love to connect further. We could hop on a call sometime, exchange some ideas, see how we could help each other out. And I do guest speakers in my group coaching practice for men and women. So would love to potentially have you on as a guest speaker. Quick tip: stop saying I'm wrong when I say there's no positive, because maybe for you there is. Um, Diego, if you're just gonna tell me, I'm coaching on here, right? You guys are asking me questions, I'm giving you answers. If I give you advice, if I give you an answer and you say quick tip, stop saying I'm wrong, I can't help you, brother. If you're not open to receiving any knowledge and new input, there's nothing that we can do here. There's nothing I can do for you. So when I'm saying there's something positive out there for you and you're saying, no, there's nothing positive, and you refuse to change that belief, I personally cannot help you. You have to be open to being helped. But I understand also why you feel resistance to that. When I was depressed when I was younger, when I was diagnosed with it, I didn't want anyone to help me. I wouldn't even open up to people at all. So Diego, all this to say, I understand where you're coming from and why you're closed. But if you remain closed and you're telling me about your problems, I can't help you if you're closed. I did accidentally tell some private traits about them to another friend, and I'm really sorry for it. Yeah, that's rough tonight. If you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about the intricacies of this, I'd love to dive into it. But to start to address it now, I mean, it's a massive breaking of the trust, the most intimate thing and vulnerable thing they told you about themselves, and you use that for someone else. There needs to be a commitment that you're not going to do that again, but it's their choice if they want to forgive you or not. You can't force somebody to do it. Can't force somebody to do it. Perfect, I'd love to. Sounds good, Lizzie. How to stop ruminating and regretting. Well, here's the thing. Regret is inevitable. We have this idea, and I went to see Chris Williamson, famous podcaster, and I met him in person. Super awesome, super great guy. At one of his live shows I went to, he gave this perception of regret. It's not about avoiding regret. It's not. We have this philosophy of we just make all the right decisions and avoid all the wrong ones, we'll come out of life regret-free. That's not true. You never know the consequence of your actions, even if you feel called towards a certain direction over the other. So you can still feel disconnected and regret it. Question is, when making a decision, what will I regret less? If you're in a position like that, is a good place to start. But stop ruminating and regretting things. You have to start to live your life. Whatever narratives you tell yourself, because I messed up in the past, I can't date, I can't have a good job, nobody's gonna love me, these are all BS narratives you tell yourself. It's not true. You need to start living life more. Go approach more people. Go have more conversations. Apply to more jobs. Shift your life around. Start to do new habits. Eliminate things. This is a good starting place. But also, Marissa, please feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM. I would love to connect with you further and help you out. Dutch said, I'm an actual coach, bro, and this ain't it. Yet you have 2 followers. Don't think you're an actual coach, but nice try. Lael said, I am with this guy. He's a little older, and I feel like I'm always performing for him. I didn't feel it first. All right, so you're with this guy who's a little bit older, and you feel like you're always performing. What aspects of yourself are you afraid to show that you're performing with? What's going on, Gasser? Welcome back in. Appreciate the gifts. Yeah, what makes you feel like you have to perform? Is it that you feel disconnected from yourself? He's going to judge you. He's going to abandon you, right? These are narratives you want to dive into, see what's really going on in the deeper level. What's the difference between a life coach and a therapist? Well, the big difference is that a therapist is a medical professional, and and things of that nature, and a life coach is not a medical professional. Obviously, there's other differences, but it's a main difference. Heather said, slow down the energy. We got too many questions coming in for me to slow down. Let's see. Everyone DM me, I'm a real life coach. Oh, Dutch is just trolling. Hi, friendly reminder that this is not a replacement for therapy. No, it's not a replacement for therapy, but I've had multiple clients that have been going to therapy for 3 to 5 years, and they come into my coaching practice, work with me for 2 months, and say, hey, therapy is cool, but I made more progress working with you. That being said, therapy works for some people, doesn't work for other people. Coaching works for some people, doesn't work for other people. Everyone's at a different place. So yes, I'm not a medical professional, and I'll never on here say this is a replacement for therapy. But what I do is sometimes better for people over therapy, depending on their situation. I will say that. That's a crazy comment. I can't even read that one. Let's see. Wait, so we just keep going and leave it behind. Leave what behind? The past? In some capacity. Oh, go back to the regret thing. Yeah, regretting things. Stop ruminating so much on things. Like, you tell yourself stories of why you can't succeed in the future because you failed in the past. Doesn't need to be the case. You just convince yourself to be true. Please help me. I know I can be a pain for you, but I really need help, and I'm open to speak about it. Yeah, Diego, if you're open to speaking about this further and genuinely like helping yourself through this stuff, dude, I was once in your position. I was super depressed, things of that nature. So, Diego, please feel free to shoot me a follow in a DM. I'd love to help you out. Lily said, "Can you help me out with something?" Sure. Throw the question down below. I got cheated on in my forest. Huh? You're asking leading questions and giving vague answers. Are you talking to me? Let's see. Jesus is our physician. All right. A lot of therapists tell their clients to see a life coach for things out of their scope. Right, and vice versa. There's certain things that are out of my scope, and I want a therapist to talk to somebody. Everyone's different, in a different place. Do you have any good books on regret? I have not read any books in particular to the topic of regret, actually. Owen said, I got cheated on my first relationship, and I have had some girls, but there's a wall. Oh, okay. Where do you feel like the wall is? Right? I'm afraid that everyone's always going to leave me. Like, what are the stories you're telling yourself? I'm afraid everyone's going to leave me. I'm afraid I'm just stuck. I'm afraid because I got cheated on once, I'm going to be cheated on again. How can I really know? How can I really get in tune with someone? Is love real? All these things are going through your head. So you're going to want to dive into this stuff at a deeper level. But again, what happened in the past doesn't have to happen in the future. And advice for that would be to start to acknowledge, you have to get out in the dating field a little bit more so people can literally show you that you're not going to get cheated on, but also develop deeper components of yourself and values and choose a good partner, because a good partner will not cheat on you. They'll communicate with you if their needs aren't being met. So Owen, feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM. You've been in these lives quite a few times. We'd love to help you out. Lael said, it's definitely the fear of abandonment. If I'm ever upset with him in the slightest, he pulls back. Okay, yeah, it's sometimes difficult for men to experience their emotions, but it's something you guys can work on together for sure. Are there any tips or books on moving forward? Yeah, TikTok account. If you want to shoot me a DM, I know you already follow me. I've done quite a few lectures in my group coaching practice about processing pain, about moving on, things of that nature, so I can shoot those lectures over to you. Have you ever heard of MAP? M-A-P? I don't think so. Can you reverse moving too fast with a girl? I gave her too much validation. Gave her too much validation. What do you mean? Like you blew up her phone 24/7? You're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful? Like, what do you mean you gave her too much validation? What's the best piece of advice you have ever heard and applied to your life? I'll give it to you. It's very simple. You ready? What if what you're looking for is right in front of you? That's it. My girlfriend left for boot camp yesterday and will be there for 3 months with no contact. Any advice? Okay, that's really rough. There's going to be a lot of faith and trust in this. And that you guys are still going to be together. And there's not going to be any unfaithful activities going on. But if you guys your relationship has been exceptional so far, just have faith. You guys will be good. And you'll see what happens. Continue building yourself. Diego, I sent you a DM and followed you. I hope you reach out back to me. God bless you. All the best. Hey, you as well, Diego. Looking forward to helping you out. There's a trust, and I don't believe anything they say. I don't tell them that, but I think it. Yeah, if you don't believe what people say, and you don't trust them, you can't really be in a relationship with them. Or you have to confront the deeper components about it. Basically just made her feel like she's got everything she needs and wants, but it's early. Well, kiddo, can you rephrase that a little bit even deeper? Like, what she wants and needs? Like, what are we talking about exactly here? Oh, H3L. Can you say it one more time? I'd love to ponder about it. Yes, I'll say it one more time. What if what you're looking for is right in front of you? My boyfriend is like a pro at flipping the script, especially when he messes up. There might be some manipulation going on there that we could dive into in the DM, so that's not good. Bro, skip my comment. I didn't see your comment. My hiking mom, what's going on? My daughter needs to put her sick cat to sleep tomorrow. She's devastated. Do you have words? We're heartbroken. It's going to be exceptionally challenging. Acknowledge all the beauty and the joy that your cat has given you. And death is coming for all of us. Everything is always temporary. And sometimes the moments that are the most appreciative are able to be that appreciative and beautiful because they're only temporary. That might be something that can help. It made her feel like she can marry me right now if she wants, basically. Okay, well, how old are you guys? Yeah, of course, H3L. If you want to shoot me a follow, I would love to see you back here. I'm feeling very depressed and I don't know what to do. How do I get out of the hole? Yeah, Avery, I feel you. I used to be diagnosed with it. I was able to overcome it. Well, the question is, why do you feel like you're in that place? Like, what triggered it? What's gotten you to this? How to get out of the hole, we have to see where the starting place is for you. So, Avery, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM of why you think this is occurring, I'll be able to get back to you in the DMs and truly help you out with this. Thank you. Well said. Hey, appreciate you, hiking mom. Yeah, for any of you guys, if this stuff resonates, feel free to shoot me a follow. We go live 7 days a week diving into self-growth. Love to see you guys back in. 21, bro, but we've both dealt with our fair share of bad stuff with other partners. You guys have to work through that. But yeah, kiddo, if you want to shoot me, I don't like calling you a kiddo. I don't like that word at all, but that's your name on TikTok. So feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM about the in-depths of the situation. I'd love to help you out. I'm 33. What's going on, Cass? 33. I feel like I've accomplished nothing. I've been grieving my dad for a year. Well, yeah, don't guilt yourself at all about grieving your dad for a year. This is literally somebody who created you and somebody you spent your entire life with. It's going to take a long time to process. But feeling like you've accomplished nothing, like, is that really true? Or have you just been going through a rough time, right? There's obviously levels to the game, and there's different circumstances that impact your emotions and how productive you are, things of that nature. But Cass, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM, I'd love to shoot you over some lectures of the grieving stuff to help you process this. And also, Cass, would love to help you start to accomplish more things that you want to connect to. Avery said, okay, got you. Thank you so much. Yeah, of course. Looking forward to connecting. If you feel way more mature than your woman, it's going to be a very disconnected relationship. It's not going to end very well. I know we want to stay together, but he's so dismissive, and I definitely provoke for a reaction. Yeah, if you're provoking him for a reaction, that's something for you to work on. And if he's very dismissive, you guys got to have an honest, conscious conversation about this. And Lael, I know we're going to talk in the DMs about this, so I'm excited for that. A lot of stuff to dive into here. And for any of we have 130 people on here. For any of the women that are in here, we're starting a women's group that we're going to be meeting bi-weekly. A women's coaching group diving into self-growth, dating, relationships, helping you truly transform your life. Any women that are in here, we're getting the first 20 to 30 girls in the women's group for free. If you're a woman on here who is exceptionally committed to your growth in life, and wants an opportunity to work with me as a coach, as well as the other 3 coaches in my coaching practice, along with a lot of women who are focusing on self-growth, all you got to do is shoot me a DM, and we just hop on a call together to make sure like you're a good fit for it, and it's completely free. So any women in here that want some free coaching, shoot me a DM, and we'll get you in the women's group. Let's see. Sent you the DM. Yeah, Casey, I saw you DM me. I apologize I haven't gotten back to you yet. There's like over 50 people I haven't responded to yet. I have so many DMs that come in. It's hard to respond to everyone instantaneously. I'm going to get back to you though, bro. I did not forget. Don't worry. I like how you come on here to help people. Hey, glad it resonates, Alex. I've been struggling to make new friends for a long time, and I've been losing friends gradually. Why do you feel like you've been losing friends? Did you guys outgrow each other? Are you being disconnected? Or are they just not good people? What's the situation here? All right, Michaela, 22, chronically ill, causing me to lose multiple jobs, struggling financially, so scared. Okay, this is going to be deep. I definitely need to know like what you're really dealing with on a deep capacity. So, Michaela, if you feel called, please shoot me a follow and a DM about the in-depths of the situation, and we'll dive into it in there. I'd love to help you out with this. I'm 20, planning to be independent soon. Good for you. A lot of students have a problem, and it's failing a grade. How do they go through that when they're depressed? Is it that thing is making you depressed, or you're suffering from depression and then experiencing that? Could you clarify that question? Daniel, what's going on? First relationship, 7 months in. How do I know if I'm falling out of love or past the honeymoon? All right, I have a very interesting perspective on this, Daniel. You ready? The honeymoon stage, although yes, the first few months, like you're like infatuated with the person, and like it's like all these endorphins and the rush of it. The honeymoon is not a phase. Date each other constantly, constantly flirt with each other, constantly go on dates, constantly show up for each other, constantly show love all the time, constantly spice things up, do things spontaneously, spontaneous intimacy. I'm talking about that too. So Daniel, if you hopefully some of that stuff is stuff you can reflect upon to see where you're at with this. But also, Daniel, please feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM about like the in depths of your relationship, and I would love to dive into it with you, help you out. Do you have a bunch of the same shirt? Do you wash that one every day? I actually have been wearing this one on the lives the last 3 days. I was like, oh, maybe I'll wear a different outfit today. Tomorrow I will. 26 years old. Okay, got it. Brad kissed me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Do you have HISA? I don't know what that is. I've tried to have a convo about our behavior, and he definitely doesn't think about it as much as me. Well, he needs to start thinking about it because it's impacting your guys' relationship. It's going to be very important for you guys to dive into it. My husband has CPTSD. I'm struggling to support him because of his actions have broken a lot of trust. Yeah, well, I'm curious, what are the actions he's done and things of that nature. Yeah, restful signals. Feel free to throw it down below. I know you already follow me, but feel free to shoot me a DM. Michaela, what's going on? It's called POTS. It's actually crazy you say that. Makes you pass out, been fired, and threatened to be fired from my current job now. That's really rough. Michaela, I never share like personal stuff about my girlfriend on here, but nobody knows who she is, so it's fine. It's not guaranteed that my girlfriend has POTS, but she's been going to a bunch of doctors recently, and they think that she might. It's probably a more minor case for her, but literally the other day when we were at the mall, she was like almost going to pass out of nowhere. But yeah, that's big stuff. But yeah, I actually had no idea what it was before that. But yeah, Michaela, if you feel called to, shoot me a follow and shoot me a DM. I'd love to dive into this with you. See if I can help you out. After a grade, they get depressed. Well, a grade doesn't determine your value, right? You can think it does, but it doesn't. You're an individual person. You look up at the sky, life isn't that serious, even though, of course, you have to get things done. My haircut is chopped. Thanks. Not following through on things he says he will do. Yeah, if your man is not following through on things he says he's going to do, it's definitely going to make you lose trust and build up resentment for him. So he's going to have to change that behavior. Alana, what's going on? I turn 23 tomorrow, and I have extremely strong feelings about it. Wish I could skip it. This is a pattern I'm seeing in people more and more, and I actually kind of experienced it a little bit on my last birthday of like, as you get older, you're kind of like, oh, I don't even want to do my birthday anymore. Like, but use your birthday like, hey, this is the day I was born. This is the day I was gifted life. And maybe I'm struggling right now and things are rough, but I can turn that around. And give yourself some grace and gratitude for the progress you have made. It's becoming more common now, especially among young women. Yeah, I wonder why that is. He's basically making me think I'm overthinking it because I'm bored. I promise he's great. Well, yeah, Lael, I'd love to dive into this and help you guys out. An example is he said that he'd put up the Christmas stuff he finally did yesterday. Isn't it like 2 months past Christmas? Or maybe you're in a different country than me. I don't know if it's different for you. Dio, what's going on? How can we stop the urges from sexual desire, like PMO? Good question. You want to take that exceptionally expansive and creative energy and utilize it for things that you're passionate about. I have 2 lectures in particular I can send over your way, Dio. If you want to shoot me a follow in a DM, say, hey, can you shoot me over the lectures about the sexuality and the desire and the intimacy? I can shoot that over to you. You turned 24, very nice. Laura, what's going on? Welcome back in. Have a man obsessed with me and has been stalking me for years. He deleted something on Facebook. There's a man obsessed with you and he's stalking you for years. If he's actually stalking you, you might want to get, like, authorities involved and the police if it's actually stalking. My English is A1. I don't know what A1 means. It's possible to work remote for me. I'm scared to start to apply for a job. Apply for it and see what happens. You went to police, nothing you can do. Whoa, what type of stalking are we talking about? Like, what is he doing? I have a problem. I feel emotionally disconnected, or emotionally separated from this person. He is sweet, nice, and all. I just... Oh, the rest of your comment didn't go through. What's going on, Rebecca? I have a second question. Maybe I have ADHD and why I can't focus. Is it if I do more spiritual? Second question, I maybe have ADHD. I don't know, and why I can't focus. Is it to do more? Can you rephrase that question? How to quit gambling? Well, you like games and you like doing things that satisfy you. So find things outside of that you feel connected to that satisfy you naturally. And make your life like a video game. Level up the different areas and pillars. It can be like gambling, but it genuinely transforms you. Can you help me play women now? Jacob, I told you I'm not giving you the manipulation tactics. Come on, bro. I told you I'm not doing it. Told you I'm not doing it. All right, everyone. It's 11:30. We got 100 people on here, so I appreciate you guys, but I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up early and actually work tomorrow. Not that I didn't today, but it was a little bit of a slow start, and then I had a bunch of sessions. So, everybody who has further questions, you're into self-growth, you're new here, shoot me a follow, shoot me a DM if I haven't answered your question. We'll be back tomorrow. I dive into live 7 days a week. Don't sleep. WTF. We need answers. I know. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. So I've been getting people lots of answers. Yeah, Laura, you're welcome. And Laura, if you've been in here pretty consistently, if you want to shoot me a DM about some of this stuff, I'd love to help you out. Welcome, everyone. I appreciate your guys' presence. Any further questions? You're into self-growth, relationships, spirituality, shoot me a follow. Everyone shoot me follows now. Guys, before we hop off the live, shoot me a follow. We go live 7 days a week diving into the stuff. And I'm also doing some free coaching sessions, intro coaching sessions, and then for any women on this TikTok live, we're starting a free women's group where we're meeting bi-weekly to help you guys transform. So if you're a woman and you're focused on growth, shoot me a DM. And everyone in here, one last time before I hop off, feel free to shoot me a follow. I've been running my coaching practice for over the last year and a half. I've helped over 100 men and women transform their lives. Feel free to shoot me a follow. We'll see you guys on the TikTok live tomorrow. I'm from the East Coast in the U.S., Andre. See you guys tomorrow. Shoot me a follow. Shoot me a DM. You need any further help. Peace out, guys. I love you very much. See you soon. Should we hop off, guys? Oh, what's going on, YouTube? We're going to hop off. I'll see you guys very soon.